I think you guys should do Friends in Low Places. I don't know who sings that song. You said that? Did he say that?
That was the one that tortured him just a minute ago.
Oh, yeah, you guys were talking. You heard some Garth Brooks earlier. I didn't know it was that song.
That's the one.
That's the one.
And then I said, everybody has to like that song. I don't care what kind of music you listen to.
I believe
you have
my
to like that
exact
song.
phrase was, I would rather shove an ice pick in my ear.
Well, you guys are gonna do that one and make it sound way cooler. So you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it after that. I think Chris would have good vocals over that. Honestly, I didn't know if it was Garth Brooks or Tim McGraw. But until you guys said that, we talked about it earlier. That's when I realized that it was Garth Brooks. That's when I realized that. Okay.
Is it a metal song?
That'd be cool.
The Thunder Rolls. I know somebody did Thunder Rolls.
That'd be pretty
By
easy to
Garth
make
Brooks,
heavy.
but
I wonder,
metal.
how would you make Friends in Low Places heavy? I'm sure you can.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody makes everything heavy.
At least you didn't say you would like cover Kid Rock. Because that's also just rock country, you know. We're going to cover Ball with the Ball. The bang, the bang,
Death metal version?
That's a good song. I
You
gotta
could do
say
a death
that.
metal
That's
version of
kinda-
God, Only God Knows Why.
Death metal version of Only God Knows Why.
But you gotta auto-tune it up.
You guys are awesome to have. You guys are awesome to have on this podcast. Thanks for being on here. So,
Thanks
what?
for having
Yeah, absolutely. So, what's your show in Noble, Oklahoma about? Because honestly, I don't know where even Noble is, but it's in Oklahoma, so it can't be like too far away.
It's about 3.5 hours from us.
I think it's
here.
not too far from the Texas-Oklahoma border.
We've submitted for one of those festivals, so we're waiting to see if, of course, if everything continues next year. It's in, I want to say, May of next year. But yeah, it's a rock festival up in Noble, Oklahoma, and they said they get back to us in 14 days, so we're still on that little waiting list to see what happens.
Let me see how far it is from you. Hold on a second.
Yeah, see how far it is from you.
How far is Noble, Oklahoma? Oh, it's 39 miles.
Hey, yeah, that's nothing.
When are you guys playing there?
It'd be
Hopefully.
Memorial Day weekend if it happens.
When's Memorial Day weekend? Hold on.
Grab a calendar.
Hold on.
Hey, Google.
Siri, when is Memorial Day weekend?
Hey, Google.
Memorial Day weekend starts Friday, May 28th. So are you guys playing on Friday or Saturday?
We don't know. We
Yeah.
don't even know if we've made it in yet, but we're hoping, keeping our fingers crossed.
And that's not even until May, so I'm definitely going to need a reminder.
I'm sure if we get in, you'll see me promoting it everywhere. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Rockahoma.
When is
Rockahoma. When is Rockahoma usually?
Is Rocklahoma happening?
Yeah.
You think I fucking know the answers to these questions? I don't know the answers to these questions. You can't even ask Siri that question. Siri doesn't even know the answer. Hold on. Siri, when is Rocklahoma? Rocklahoma 2021 prior 3-day Hard Rock Festival. Oh shit, it did fucking know it. Send me a link. There you go. Friday, September 3rd through September 5th, which is a Sunday.
Okay.
Rocklahoma, yeah. And then it says COVID.
Yeah.
Then it says fuck COVID. Are you guys gonna try to get on? Are you guys gonna try to get on Rocklahoma?
That'd be cool.
Oh, it'd be cool.
We can figure out how to submit our music. It's really all it is figuring out submitting now, since we're doing everything independently and DIY. So
Yeah, keep on doing that. All right, last song we're gonna play. We're gonna let you guys give some shout outs to some bands that you've played with, and then we're gonna end the podcast. The last song is called "Not to Be," and what? Also, do you guys all write the lyrics, or does just Chris write the lyrics?
some of the older ones were older lyrics that were already written, but like Darkening and other parts that needed to be finished, we write together.
Okay, so what is Not to Be about?
This is actually, I'll let Kevin explain this one.
Okay, so me and Chris actually met right after the suicide of my first wife. He came to the funeral, and right afterwards, he picked up an acoustic guitar and started playing. Actually sat there and played for hours and hours and hours, and just let me get all my emotions out. And that's when me and Chris became best friends, and have been ever since. But Not to Be is about suicide, and that dark place that we all know someone who's been there or been through it or going through it. and it's just part of life. So,
do you guys do a lot of suicide prevention shows or talk about that during your concerts?
We don't really bring it up during the show, but we've kind of brought it up online just to make people aware of it, that people ain't alone, that other people struggle just like you. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help.
Yeah, I have some friends that can be pretty depressed at times, and I talk to them, and I think that just happens. I feel like I'm fortunate. I don't have that gene at all. Like, that's not a part of my mentality. But a lot of my friends are, and it's like I don't understand it. But by hearing some of these people talk about it, I guess I understand it more. And it's kind of just one of those topics that's very kind of touchy to talk about.
It is,
Exactly.
but that's music is our way of getting our soul out. So this song just speaks about, to me, a time of my life, and
Music is therapy.
It absolutely is therapy. Let's play Not to Be right now. I'm curious to listen to this song. Here we go. Perceived.
I may be alive, don't mean I wanna be. I'm hollowed inside, don't
That was not to be by perceived, but it's time to get down to the fucking tough questions that the fans really want to know. Have you ever sharded on a podcast?
Oh man, we were just talking about this earlier.
I'm not one to kiss and tell.
It's like, luckily, we've been fortunate, but man, you know, we were going to ask you, what would you do if you sharded on a podcast? What would you do?
I would
Turning this interview around.
I think I might have sharded tonight a little bit. I just get the podcast. I just sit around in my own filth until the podcast is over and don't say anything about it.
It'll dry out. You're fine.
Okay, see, there it is. See, we don't have to
Like a
excuse our-
professional.
like a pro. That's it.
The show must go on.
See, now we know. So if that moment ever arises, we are prepared with the knowledge.
Although I did pause the podcast like I think a couple ago. I had to take a shit really bad, and I was like, hey, I gotta get like 10 minutes, all right, guys. So give me 10 minutes, and I even told them I had to go take a shit. They're like, no, it's cool, man. We get it.
When nature calls.
So nobody go in there for about 4 or 5 minutes.
I came back like, how you feeling? I was like, I feel a lot better. Listen, it's hard to like think of good questions to ask when you gotta take a shit really bad, man.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
You can't help it. You know what the worst thing I hate when I'm at a concert and there's like a porta potty and you gotta drop a dookie, man. That's like the worst thing. I hate those porta potties. They're the grossest things ever.
Yeah, they're
And you've
pretty
been
bad.
drinking beer.
And you're drinking.
Everyone.
Well, if you drink beer, then it's at least a little bit like fine to get over it because you got that liquid courage of going into the porta potty. But it's like if you're hungover and you got the bubble guts and you gotta go, I might just shart my pants instead.
There's 10 hot girls right over here.
Just avoid the hot chicks. Just avoid them. If you guys could give a shout out to any band that you've played with or that you know locally from the Dallas scene, the Dallas Fort Worth scene, or maybe just the Texas scene, or just bands that you play with. Who?
Yeah.
Righteous Kill.
Righteous Kill are some awesome dudes right here from
I'll
Dallas.
third that for Righteous
Yeah,
Kill.
Righteous Kill.
Hell yeah.
We got
Check them out.
the roommates are really cool right here from Dallas.
Absolutely.
And Mothership. If you haven't heard of Mothership, they're a bigger band from right here in Dallas. Very cool group of dudes. 3-piece as well.
Vane's
Vane.
cool
Vane's
band.
cool band.
They're really cool dudes.
Aesop.
Aesop.
We're actually really lucky. Dallas has a really good music scene. We have some really good bands. It's just waiting to get these shows back going again, really.
Yeah.
The Dallas music scene is absolutely fantastic. I live there. I know it. A lot of great bands come from Dallas that I've heard on my podcast. Oklahoma, on the other hand, there is a scene here. When I first moved here from California, I'm from the Bay Area. So when I first moved here, I was kind of disappointed. But the longer I lived here, I will say that the music scene is getting a lot better here. I specifically, you guys see the posters behind me. I got Misfits, Dropkick Murphys over there. So I'm like a huge punk rocker, right? I also like hard rock and metal, but punk's my heart. And the punk scene in Oklahoma is not bad. I'm surprised. It's really either it's gone up or I was just unaware of it. But doing this podcast, I have a lot more knowledge now of local scenes and what before I did this, I was totally oblivious to any new music at all. Like I originally was going to start this podcast to play like emo music from the early 2000s. But Taking Back Sunday didn't get back with me, and so I decided to go with more of artists that are local to their area, and then we played some bigger bands that then Vans Warped Tours and some world tours, which I love all those people. We've grown a lot. But originally that's what I was going to do because I love that like early 2000s emo screamo like the Used.